Hi there, welcome back to my channel, Whispering Willow Oracle. Today I'm going to be reading for your current energies. So what's going on in your recent past, present, and future. These messages are timeless, so whenever you come across this video, there may be something here for you. Remember to only take what resonates and leave what doesn't. So we have the 9 of Cups coming out here. So this is emotional fulfillment, material success, especially material success that makes you feel emotionally fulfilled is how I interpret this card. We have the 4 of Pentacles here and the Wheel of Fortune reversed. So there may be actually coming in here a sense of loss, or kind of like you feel like you were working so hard, or you were so close to this 9 of Pentacles, to this manifestation that you were working towards, and kind of the clinging to it, the energy of like not allowing, having a vision and wanting that vision to come true so specifically that you weren't allowing the universe to have that energy come in the way that it needed to come in, because things aren't always going to look the way that we want them to look. Our manifestations aren't always going to come in the way that and then we have the 10 of Pentacles in your success. So I think that you do have success coming in. Like that was the energy I picked up with the 9 of Cups, but it's more of a perception issue. I think here you envisioned this energy coming into your life in a different way. And I don't think that there's anything wrong with the energy coming into your life. I think it's a very blessed, beautiful energy. I think it's very abundant, prosperous. There's a lot of wealth indicated here. But I think it's more of a perception issue, something that you're going to have to learn to appreciate and be thankful for what did come into your life, because the blessings don't end here, is what I'm hearing. Like, this isn't the last blessing. This isn't the ultimate pinnacle. Like, your life is constantly changing, right? And so even though you think like, this isn't what I wish for, well, you don't, maybe the final product or the final wish hasn't actually come. The final manifestation hasn't come into fruition yet. And this is just part of the journey on getting there. And maybe it's a sense of timing. Maybe you were hoping that things would happen faster, or something, you know, isn't feeling like what you expected, but it actually is a really, really beautiful energy. And it's more of having a sense of appreciation for what it is that you do have, and the energies that are in your life, even though it's not exactly how you envisioned it was going to be. And having patience and still trusting that the universe has more in store for you. Like, your life has the potential to be extremely beautiful. It's just about how you wake up every morning, what attitude you go about with during the day. Like, if you feel negative, if you wake up feeling like, oh, I have nothing to look forward to, then that's going to be your day. But if you wake up with a smile on your face, and even if it's difficult, and you say, you know, today has the possibility of anything can happen. It could be as simple as maybe it was supposed to be a rainy day and now it's a sunny day, and you get to go outside and feel the sun in your face, and that for you is a success, and it's something that you couldn't have controlled, but it's a gift from the universe. Maybe it's that someone brought you, Queen of Night, brought you, I don't know, a small gift or a baked good or something. Like, it's just these small things. And when we start appreciating these small little gifts and being genuinely happy and grateful for them, and being in that energy and aligning with that energy of thankfulness, the more abundance that comes into our life, right? And so it's all about our mentality. It's all about how we think and feel. And of course, we're human, so it's impossible to be in that energy all of the time. Well, I shouldn't say it's impossible. It's possible, but it's very hard to always be like that. the fairy of youth. Yeah, so just a joyous, fresh, it's like the energy of possibilities, because when you're young, you think, wow, like there's so much time ahead of me. There's so many things that I can do with my life. There's so much potential. What am I going to be? Who am I going to be? What am I going to look like? Like I remember thinking all these things when I was young, and I still am young, but you know, when I was like youth. And I think that that's kind of the energy here that this reading is asking you to embody. Don't cling, let go. There might be some things that you need to let go of, the honoring path. And this does also remind me of this youthful young fairy here with the long kind of strawberry blonde hair that might be, you might be a person with strawberry blonde hair with very straight long hair. You might be a woman, man, doesn't matter, but that just came through because this woman in this card just reminds me of this kind of like how she, the young one, envisions herself in the future. Very beautiful, successful woman here that she's grown into. And I think that that's kind of the energy that your guides are asking you to get back into, is just realize that it doesn't matter how old you are, you still have a future, and that future has a lot of possibilities. Playing it safe. So again, we have another woman here with kind of red hair. There might be someone in your life with red hair, might be you, another woman, either. Okay, so it could be a theme with this author of this deck, maybe he or she, I can't remember who's the author of this deck, but maybe that's an archetype that they've created for this deck. Yeah, I think you need to get in touch with your inner child, doing some inner child work here, because there's a lot of information that inner child holds about your soul, about your soul's purpose, and you've ignored that for a long time. It might be something that you felt, or that you know that you were supposed to do, or you thought you were going to do when you were younger, and it hasn't happened, or it didn't turn out. But maybe there's a kernel of knowledge in that desire that will point you in the right direction of what will make you happy in the future here if you pursue it. Like, did you want to be an artist? Well, maybe it's time to take up oil painting again, or water painting. Or maybe you wanted to be a musician and you never really put the time into learning music. Maybe you need to sign up for some courses, or even just go on YouTube. Like, there are so many wonderful free resources. I myself, I wanted to learn how to knit and crochet and all that, and I taught myself. And I'm not the best, but I think I'm quite good for being completely self-taught. And when I say completely self-taught, I mean like I taught myself with videos and with books and different things like that. So you don't have to learn the way other people learn. Everyone comes into knowledge and skills in a different path, and it doesn't have to be, well, my mother or grandmother never taught me how to knit, so I don't know how to knit. Well, you can change that. You can teach yourself. You can go and figure out a lot of things. And that's also what's really beautiful about this world now, is that we have the technology to learn about everything we have a question about. If you want to know about history, there are millions of books about any topic, and if you can't afford to get that book, well, there might be that book or a related book in the library, or there's resources online. So I'm just trying to say, I feel like it's kind of this energy of like, I wish I could do this thing, or I wish I had done this thing, but you're still alive and you're still here on this earth, and you still have a future, which means you can still do that thing, and there's nothing to be sad about. Every day is a new opportunity to get up and learn, and to go try something and do something new. And waiting for someone to give you the knowledge or to give you the permission to go do that thing is not the right path, because no one is ever going to give you that. You're an adult, you can give yourself permission. Say to yourself, this is what I want to do, and I'm going to make the time to do it. If you want to watch Netflix all day, that's one way to spend your time, and that's totally fine. But if you replace that time that you're watching a show with, and actually, go out and do something, or pick up a book and read a book, that's so much more productive, and will probably give you a lot more satisfaction at the end of the day when you go to bed at night, and you feel like you really did something that you've always wanted to do, or you learned something that you always wanted to know. or you've created something that you always envisioned but you didn't know how to do it. That was the other thing, right? Like whenever you're like, oh, I wish, when I taught myself how to sew and crochet and knit and all this stuff, it was because I didn't find the items that I wanted to wear in stores. Not always, sometimes of course. And I don't always create my own clothes or anything like that. I'm just saying, like, that's what was my driving factor, was like, oh, I have this vision of something that I'd like to wear. I can't find it anywhere, / I might not be able to afford it even if I did. And so how do I make that thing? And I think that that's the energy here, and you need to go into your soul and figure out what it is that you really want to learn. Like maybe you want to learn how to dance, maybe you want to learn how to knit or crochet, maybe you want to learn pottery or basket weaving or something like that. And like community colleges are great resources. But again, you can always just find free resources online or in, a library or something like that. So I'm going to leave the message here. If you like the video, give it a like. And if you would like to see more like this, please subscribe. Hopefully I'll catch you in a future reading. Take care. Bye now.